Hey guys, it's Lady Raven, the Wild Witch, and I'm here to do the weekly card reading for you guys. To pull one card that's going to be talking about what are the obstacles that we need to overcome, and then the other card is going to be talking about what are the opportunities. And so for this time, I selected kind of a deck that's a little bit different. It's not a traditional oracle deck, but you know, I love reading with just about anything. I can turn anything into an oracle deck or in a card reading deck because that's totally my jam. But anyway, so what I wanted to share with you guys today is the deck that I'm using is actually this deck right here. It's from a company called Tamed Wild. They also have a monthly subscription box, which is really pretty fantastic. I subscribed to it for quite some time. I canceled it now because I'm always trying different ones, and then I ended up with way too much stuff. So, but their box is really pretty good, and it's very reasonably priced. So if you're looking to kind of get into subscription boxes and you don't want to spend an arm and a leg because you don't know how much you're going to enjoy it, they have a really great box. So this one here is a deck that lists all of the different crystals, and in the back of each card, like for example here, like this one here, there's going to be a picture of the crystal in the front, which is really pretty. And then in the back, it's got like information on kind of what you can do with that crystal, how to work with that crystal. They have a couple of other decks that I also have. There's this one here that's the Wild Medicine deck, which is very similar to this deck, but it is for herbs instead of crystals. And this one here that I actually use probably about once a month. This is the Rituals deck, the Tamed Wild Rituals. So I'm giving it to you upside down. Wild Rituals deck, and this is actually a very interesting deck where it's got different rituals that you can perform throughout the month if you want to. It's got complete instructions, a list of tools that you need, just kind of if you're trying to, a lot of times what I do is I use it as like an oracle deck. So if I'm feeling like I need to do something but I'm not exactly sure what to do, I just pull a card from that deck and it'll say, oh, this is what, you know, try this. And so far I've used it for probably about 3 months now, every month, once a month, and it's been pretty much on track. I like to use it like in a full moon or a new moon whenever I want to do some work, but I don't have anything great in particular that I want to work on, maybe just want to work on myself. A lot of these are good inner work kind of rituals. So anyway, that is my little plug for Tamed Wild, so check them out. So the two cards that I pulled for today for our reading, the very first card that I pulled is this one here, and this is a clear calcite, which is for our obstacles. And now to do a little plug about my shop, which is, this is a piece of clear calcite, also sometimes known as Iceland spar. And I actually literally just brought this home this week because we've had this in the case for, I don't know, maybe, I want to say maybe a couple months, and this one here just kind of called to me, so this little guy came home with me today. But I think that when you look at this clear calcite, when you're using it in magic in particular, because it's got this property of duplicating things, it's a lot of times it's used as an augmentation crystal. So if you're trying to do any kind of work to make something bigger, so this is the crystal that's normally used for a lot of that. Also, it's a great crystal for mental clarity if you're trying to get clarity on something. But this crystal coming out into an obstacle house makes me think about what are the things that you are augmenting in your life that are not problems, but maybe you're making too much of a big deal about them and you are causing them now to become problems. And it tends, when we are very stressed out, like, you know, pretty much everybody has been for, I want to say the last 6 months has been kind of crazy for just about everybody on the planet. We tend to overthink things, and we tend to overprocess, and we tend to kind of make a mountain out of a molehill. So you make a big deal about something that probably shouldn't be that big of a deal. And a lot of times then that can lead to issues that become an even bigger deal. So I think that in this case, what the clear calcite is talking about in the house of obstacles is to really be aware of what are the things that you're focusing on, and are they really deserving of your time? And the things that are a big deal, that you are elevating to that level that needs to be focused, needs to be augmented, are they worthy of that? Do they need to be elevated in order to be addressed? Because are we just doing it out of stress and then generating more problems that we probably didn't have before? So just want you to keep that in the back of your mind. Just keep the things that are making you crazy. Are you making them a big deal just because you're already stressed, or because they really are a big deal that needs to be addressed? So it's all about perspective. So that's this one. The other card that I pulled, and this is for the opportunities house. What are our opportunities for this week? I pulled this card right here, and I'm sorry for the glare, but this is green muscovite, also known as fuchsite. I actually have a piece of that, but I can't find where it is right now. This is a great crystal for helping people to speak their truth. When you have that blockage in the throat chakra, green fuchsite is fantastic for just, getting all of that out. So in this case, I'm going to say, what are the things maybe that you need to put your voice in that you're shying away from, but these things really need your input. They really need your opinion. And then why are you shying away from that? So that is what my message is for the fuchsite. The other thing that green fuchsite does is it connects very well with the heart chakra. So a lot of times, if you think about the heart and the throat chakra connected together, green fuchsite is going to say, are you really speaking the things that are coming from that good place? Are you speaking the things from your heart that maybe somebody needs to hear? Maybe, something happened to somebody and you say, oh, something similar happened to me, but maybe I'm really nervous about saying that. I don't know if they want to hear it. And a lot of times they may need to hear it from you to understand that somebody else went through that. Somebody else had that experience and they made it through. And that's how you can kind of reach out and help somebody. Sometimes just with the power of your voice and with sharing experiences, sharing part of who you are. Our voice allows us to share our hearts. So this is where that is my advice for this week in both of those cards. So I hope that you all have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for the next reading. Thank you. Bye-bye.